want to be happy. We have all said this at one time or the another in our life. The wish of pursuit of mere happiness is one of our deepest held goals in life. But here is the rub. Recent research suggests happiness as the be-all and end-all is not the only ingredient to a perfect, well-lived life. As a result, some researchers are also alerting against the pursuit of mere happiness and advocating for the pursuit of its closest cousin, that is the meaning. Let me share a story. There was a small girl who was a dreamer. She was very enthusiastic and had a very positive approach towards life. She belonged to a family of doctors where her parents taught her how to be an independent thinker and doer, nothing less than a man. She used to travel with her parents every weekend and would see beautiful mountains, nature, houses, buildings, and was fascinated by them. She used to always wonder one fact, that one home is created by God or supreme power, this beautiful nature, and one which humans create for themselves is nothing less but a miracle in itself, like nature. At the age of 14, she got to know about 7 wonders in the world and realized that all the 7 wonders are related to man-made construction. When she visited Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of the world, with her family, she was fascinated by the beauty and the presence of the structure and its soothing feeling. There was a tomb nearby which she visited, where people used to come and ask for their desires and their wishes would come true. She was so fascinated by the structure and the people who would trust in the energy in the structure. From there, she started her thinking and dreaming to become that sculptor of the building, the architect that build dream homes and give shelter to a lot of people and make their wishes come true. In some countries, name of the architect is carved on stone on front side of the building, and this remained till the building is standing. She dreamt of the same, of having her name on that building that lasts for 100+ years. She was fascinated by how the world will look from her angle, beautiful dream homes where people would feel safe, happy, secure, and live a fulfilled and happy life. And this was the first love of her life. While growing up, she slowly started to know this beautiful and struggle-free side of life, until she failed in her 12th standard by a conspiracy and started exploring the new world. She got separated from her friends. Her twin sister went ahead of her. Her relatives started talking behind her. There were restrictions and doubts by parents. All that she faced and decided to convert that failure to success. She chose her dream career to become an architect and topped the university and graduated with flying colors. To get the experience, she did job for a few years and realized that all the designs and the hard work she is putting in, but the name on that work is of someone else. And her dream was always to have her name on that building. Realizing this gap, she thought to start her own enterprise, and there started the real battle, a professional battle, dream versus reality. And here comes a powerful villain, like in every great love story. Here, though, love is her profession. There were so many things that were odds in her career. She founded 7 major problems that were stopping her to achieve that meaning in life. First, system and people. System and people were all the things were unorganized And this system was the most dangerous villain of all. System that had delays, bribery, unclear law, manipulation, unstructured process, and people where there were certainly not many women working. Male dominating industry had to deal with people from saints to land mafias, corrupt, lobby, politics, and so on and so forth. Second, competition in the field. Everyone trying to be in the rat race. Pricing, grabbing projects in unprofessional or unethical ways. People who pay used to feel like a king, and others working for them were their lifelong slaves. And even after putting so much of hard work, no payment was done. This led it to the third major problem, that was stress. That stress was due to people, system, and behaviors. Work was never the problem, but the behavior or people and unstructured process, unsatisfying situations was leading to stress. Fourth problem was the lack of guidance and support. Just going haphazardly, like wandering in the jungle all alone, directionless, nobody was there to support and guide her. Some people came forward, but with wrong intentions or expectations. Fifth problem was getting the projects. Getting the project was not easy. It required references or connections, and obviously she did not have either. Sixth, no time for self and family. In the situation of these lengthy processes, field work, there was tiredness, and she could not get time for family and herself. This led it to all, obviously the seventh most important problem she faced was no satisfaction or fulfillment in work and life, where she used to feel lost, empty, and no purpose to hang on to. In these all odds, the dreamy picture was shattering, and slowly she came in front of the reality of the profession. That girl was me. While fighting through these odds, this is what I came to know. There is more to our lives than our careers alone, and more to our careers than simply earning a living. There is this consideration of doing meaningful work, which feeds our soul, and being challenged and continuously learning, which feeds our minds. Developing a holistic approach to a profession is what was needed. One of the first steps on the path to a holistic life is to look at the current state and assess where the improvement is needed. I realized mainly two areas of profession to focus on the holistic development, which are inner development and the outer development. Let us understand first what is the inner development. It is a development which happens in a professional very cautiously and awarely when one tries to develop himself from inside. So there is a feeling to change from within, and then this development begins. The three aspects to inner development which I've explored over the years as a professional is first, finding or understanding the gap between passion and work. Once you understand what feeds your soul and you get your why in your work, the purpose and passion is explored. How do you find that? Well, as of now, find out what makes you lose track of time and gives you immense satisfaction in work. Understand the difference in passion and work. Something which people do not love or like, they get stressed and they work for only money or designation. The second, work and life balance. What if work and life becomes same. There is no need to balance, right? But we often tend to take the work that comes up first and leave rest of all. And that's why the work-life balance gives us a bitter taste of life, making us feeling every day of not hitting the daily goals or incompleting the important tasks. The third aspect is being aware of the change. Resilience and change is the key on which the entire universe is standing. If it hasn't been that way, we would perish. And similarly is for our profession. But how to do that? Updating yourself continuously with the change. After the inner development comes the outer development. All these aspects of inner development reflects in our actions that we perform that leads to the outer development. And the three aspects in outer development are, first, working on the area of your profession you like the most. The inner development leads to finding your key area of interest and thus gives meaning to whatever you do. The second, hunger to learn and grow. This gives a professional a pace with changing things and new learnings to continuously grow in the profession. And third, very important, providing value to the society. My formula is to think less and feel more. Ultimately, all the things when given back gives it the ultimate meaning. This giving back to people and impacting lives makes a life of a professional worth living. By applying these things, a professional got to know the real meaning of life and happiness by being a holistic professional despite all odds. The new normal ideally was supposed to be the way humans should have always lived it, isn't it? Unfortunately, we needed a pandemic of this scale to realize how important it is to live a meaningful life. That little girl now has adopted this holistic side of the profession and is moving towards her full potential to live the life. The conclusion is when awareness, knowledge, balance, and higher purpose come together to govern our choices, we develop a generation of critical, creative, compassionate, and holistic generation of professionals. Thus, holistic living helps a professional to happily live a life by his or her own potential and become the best version of themselves. Loka samastha sukhino bhavantu. It is said that may all the people in this world be happy, free, in peace, and in content. But also adding now a new value called as the meaning. A holistic professional is thus one who is aware, balanced, have a higher purpose, and one who not only gets but gives back to the society. And that's what makes him or her stand out. Thank you.